useful engine, you know. All the other engines, they'll tell you so. He huffs and puffs and whistles, rushing to and fro.
Thomas and the Magic Railroad. As someone who grew up obsessed with Thomas the Tank Engine, this review pains me to write. For many children, Thomas wasn't just another cartoon character. He was a childhood friend. I collected the toys, watched the VHS tapes until they wore out. I could probably name every engine on Sodor before I could even tie my shoelaces. In fact, this is how my parents found out I was autistic. I lined up all my engines in number order, and if my parents knocked them out of order, I had fits. I could recreate all the stories with my engines. One in particular I used to recreate was the one where Cranky fell over. But back onto the movie. So when Thomas and the Magic Railroad hit cinemas in 2000, it should have been a dream come true. Or I was too young to go and see it, but I had the VHS tape. Instead, it became one of the biggest disappointments of my childhood. The film's biggest problem is that it seems embarrassed to be a Thomas movie, despite having Thomas on the poster. The story spends far more time with human characters than with the engines themselves. Thomas, Percy, James, Gordon, and the rest of the cast often feel like supporting characters in their own films. The plot is also remarkably confusing. Magical gold dust, parallel worlds, disappearing railways, dream sequences and mysterious prophecies are thrown together into a story that never feels coherent, even as an adult. There are moments where the film leaves me scratching my head. Then there are the humans. Ugh. Lily and Mr. Conductor are likeable enough, but they're nowhere near as interesting as the engines. I came for a movie to see Thomas the Tank Engine. I didn't come to see Alec Baldwin being a prat. As a child, I didn't pop in my VHS tape to watch people wander around New York and Shining Time Station. I wanted to watch Thomas and his friends. The film also suffers from a strange identity crisis. It can't decide whether it wants to be a gentle Thomas adventure for preschoolers or an ambitious fantasy epic. The result is a movie that feels caught between two worlds, satisfying neither audience. This isn't to say everything is bad. Diesel 10 remains generally a memorable villain. His mechanical claw Pinchy gives an entire generation of children nightmares. The model works is beautiful, with the engines looking every bit as charming as they did on television. There are also moments where Britt Allcroft's passion for Thomas shines through, even if the execution falls short. Unfortunately, good intentions can only carry a film so far. What hurts most is knowing what Thomas and the Magic Railroad could have been. This was Thomas's chance to prove he could succeed on the big screen. But the filmmakers became so focused on expanding the mythology and the celebrity casting, like Peter frickin' Fonda, that they forgot the simple charm that made Thomas so popular and enduring in the UK in the first place. Thomas never needed magical railroads, gold dust or alternative dimensions. I always thought Thomas existed in our world. Just in Wales. I always thought the island of Sodor was based in Wales. He just needed good stories, memorable characters and the island of Sodor. For lifelong Thomas fans, Thomas and the Railroad remains a fascinating curiosity for everyone else. It's a confusing family film that struggles to justify its own existence. 25 years later, it stands as a reminder that bigger doesn't always mean better. Thomas and the Magic Railroad had all the ingredients to become a classic. Sadly, somewhere along the line, the Fat Controller's train left the tracks.